Hey yo, it's Lano and welcome back to another episode here on the CraftWorks SMP. We've got a few things to do in today's episode, one of which is expanding the base as we have been doing here lately. And, oh, this is Bessie, by the way. I tied Bessie up a little while ago to E's build up top, and she decided to bring Bessie down here and tie her up here. So now we, I guess, are going to try to make a home for her down here. I don't know how we're going to do that, where we're going to do that, or anything like that. That won't be a today problem. The other thing that we've got to worry about is this over here. So, Cap has left this book sitting here, which reads, "My dearest Lane, hope this letter finds you well. It has been nigh unto 3 days since the arrival of your intention. Let me offer my greatest appreciation for the delightful gift found upon my ship. I must confess, your offer of friendship has brought upon me quite a controversy of emotion. While I have my reservations, I can't help but maintain the curiosity about the adventures and memories we could embark upon. I must confess, dear boy, that you are not the only one pining after a best frienditude. I am thusly not opposed to exploring a newfound camaraderie, but how am I to know that you are my best friend? Thus I humbly ask that if you would consider bestowing upon me a small token of your intention, a gift that embodies what you as a new best friend can bring to this holy friendimony. Looking forward to embarking on this journey with you. Yours truly, Captain Wishbone." The long story short, a while back off camera, I left him a present on top of his boat, and I had labeled it Your Best Friend, Lane. And yeah, he apparently also had a bounty put up in Jittery's bounty board looking for a best friend. So here I am. And now apparently, according to this book, he wants another gift. So, well, I don't really know what to do about that. He wants something that kind of embodies our friendship. I actually don't know. You know what? No, actually, I do have an idea. And I will get around to doing that later. There is something that I want to show you guys right now, though. So at the end of last episode, you guys got a glimpse of the new minigame over here, Doom Raider, which Zinc and Oda put up here. And I kind of mentioned how I wasn't recording, but I made it to like level 5. Well, I've since gotten further than that, and there is a little bit of an asterisk there on my name, or on my point, and I can explain that. I will explain that after I show you guys how I got through it.
Sorry, I could be doing that for you while you're running. Too busy watching and enjoying.
Yeah, no, you really enjoy watching me suffer.
If it's any consolation, I enjoy running it as well. Like it's like
so you
like
enjoy the suffering as well.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I always forget that barrels are a thing. I went through all the trouble of turning those into stairs and placing them backwards so the chest could empty, and I could have just made barrels.
Yeah.
I do that every time.
I do the same thing. Oh, gotta wait on the pistons again. Whoops.
No punching blocks.
You didn't see that?
I loved watching all of Tobe's moments of discovery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because even then, when he stopped and he looked up and he saw the stalactite, he was like, "Wow, that's mean." Then he was like, "Oh, I see why that's there." See, look, Lane just falls into the cauldron by accident. We can't get it when we try to.
Yeah.
Just get good.
Just get good.
Don't make me add more pufferfish, Lane.
He's right there.
I think we just found the name of one of our puffer fish.
Oh no.
Just get good.
Just get good. Oh, that was close. I was on my last air bubble there.
Ooh, nice. So I thought this room would give people way more trouble. I just thought people would be hitting the edges constantly, but no one really gets any damage in this room. Unless they just missed that last
If we had have done it the way we originally planned it, they would have been taking damage all the way through.
Yeah.
he says with a smile on his face. And I just love how when you round this corner, you can sometimes hear the pufferfish in the other room. And it's like after that room, it gives me PTSD now. I'm never going to look at pufferfish the same. Okay. Come on, come on. Get it.
Oh, yes.
Oh, oh, oh. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh my gosh.
Dude!
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh, that was it's so intense.
Oh, well,
Oh.
well, there's your 6 points. Where's your 7th?
Oh, God.
You gotta sit in the spot.
Oh, I have to sit.
You gotta
Oh,
you gotta do
okay.
Take a
selfie
screenshot.
spot.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Got it.
That's
At least you
that's
did
like
go stop to see the actual models.
yeah. You gotta go and look at the axle models too. Important.
No, I'm checking every nook and cranny now. I've never been this far. Smurfette and Papa Smurf. I like that. I like it.
They are blue axolotls.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
What don't you like?
This room, this looks
Why?
terrifying.
No, this room's not terrifying. There's nothing bad could possibly happen. There's no lava above your head. There are no pistons. There's nothing wrong in here.
Yeah, nothing at all.
No, this room's really easy, Lane. You'll be fine. There's nothing you don't even have to think about this room.
I don't even have to think about this room.
No, 6 points is a good effort. And
No, I'm
you'd be
here to
happy
win it.
being 6 points is all you need. It's fine.
I am absolutely mortified right now. Like, I don't want to make it this far and then screw up now.
Yeah.
And I feel like no matter which direction I go here, I'm going to screw this one up. You know what? I'm just...
Potentially.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Did I just do this? Did I just do this? Employees, oh, yep. I did it!
Yay! You
Oh
did
my
it.
Yeah,
gosh.
well done.
Oh, wow, I was not anticipating doing that today. Wow.
Good job.
Oh, man. So the issue that I'm having is in this room right here. Now, this room itself is not that hard to get through, honestly. But because of either a resource pack that I have or a mod or maybe my video settings, I'm not sure what it is. I'm not getting any fog effect when I walk through here, and I honestly forgot that powdered snow did that until Zinc and Oda pointed it out after they seen me trying to run through this thing and noticed that that wasn't happening to me. So I've got to figure out what's causing that real quick, but yeah, so that's why that asterisk is on my name up there. It's simply because I did cheat a little bit because of this, and it was 100% unintentional. I had no idea. Well, I knew that this happened. I forgot that this happened. I honestly have been playing with these mods and resource packs for so long that I forgot that that was a thing. So I am going to go ahead and start messing with settings and resource packs and whatnot and seeing what it is that's causing this. I will get to you guys here in just a minute. All right, so I have since resolved that issue, and in a total of full transparency, I have been running these exact same mods. I have not updated or changed anything since 1.20 had initially released and all of these mods had came out. So I forgot that I had the no fog mod. I thought it was like a fabulously optimized setting that I had changed or something. And apparently it is a mod that I have. And basically inside of this mod, you can see that there's a setting for powdered snow. And I had this set to default, which is disabled. So I turned it on, and now whenever I walk in here, it gets the effect that it was supposed to get. And now that means that I should be cheating no longer. I am going to try to redo this the correct way and see what happens from there. So I guess I've gone ahead and made it this far. I might as well go ahead and try to make it out now. But yeah, I will start giving this room a few more tries to see if I can get it done the legitimate way, which I mean, I know the path now, so it's not really going to be an issue. But now I feel like I need to prove myself on that, or at least not to anybody else, but to myself that I can still do this. So I'm going to get through this or at least get it attempted. Wow, that cave noise was spooky. Yeah, I'm going to attempt to get through this. I will see you guys back up top. All right, so I am back over at the base now, and I want to go ahead and get started on a little bit more works that I need done around here. So I know I still need a ceiling up here, and I will get to that. I promise. I actually have a really cool idea for the ceiling up here, but I just have to kind of figure out exactly what I'm doing with it. And I know I need to be working on the staircase. I do have an idea in mind for this. I will eventually get there. Don't you sweat it. I actually kind of have a cool idea that I might be able to implement instead of the staircase. We'll talk on that when that time comes. But I've developed two different palettes that I want for each floor. So this floor is red, and while I really like the red theme that we have going on in here, because I mean, just look at this, I think each floor needs something a little bit different. So like down here at the very bottom, you can see that I've got this red flooring down here, which originally this spot was orange, and then I went in and changed it red to kind of match one of the themes that's up there. And then wow, what's that? Okay. Over here we have got this stone one, and I don't know that I intend on keeping a gray theme around here. We've only got 3 different floors, so we'll see what comes of that. Then I've got a blue one, which matches a color palette we'll look at here in a second, and then I've got this green one, which will match that one up there. So while we're down here, we're going to go ahead and look at this blue one, which, honestly, I am really inspired with this color palette. I don't know why. I've never touched any of these blocks really before, and I don't even know where to start, to be honest with you. But what we're looking at are the terracottas, the different concretes, and the glazed terracottas. And before I get any further, how come nobody told me how good these glazed terracottas look? I knew what this one looked like. I've never seen these other ones before. And wow, I think I could really make something cool out of these. So I'm very inspired. And then the warped wood, I actually thought, for whatever reason, would look better with the green ones, I guess, which now that I look at it, it definitely is more blue. So I'm thinking this will fit in here. And basically, I've just got a lot of different blocks here that I can work with. And I think this will open up a lot of different options down here. And then up here, ow, I have got this palette here for the green, which there's not a whole lot of green options, honestly. And again, with the glazed terracotta, I never realized how cool this one looked until just now. And this one as well, but I'm more of a fan of that one. But anyway, so what I've got here are the terracottas, I've got the concrete, I've got the regular bamboo wood, not the stripped ones or anything else. And then I've got the moss, and then I've got the concrete powder because it needed something else here. And then the 2 glazed terracottas, and I still feel like this is missing something, and I don't know what it is. So I don't really know how to continue on with this one. This color might actually change. We'll see what happens there. I am feeling a little bit more inspired by the blue one. So now this bottom floor is where the blue is going to go. So I know we're skipping a floor for now. I will get back up there to that. Over here, I wanted there to be a big mine, and I don't know that I will be starting that necessarily this episode. Over here is a staircase. Over here is a staircase. And over here, I'm needing a smelting/crafting area. And by smelting/crafting area, I mostly mean a giant super smelter, though a big crafting area for decorative purposes might actually look pretty cool. How I'm going to tie that in with the blue theme over there, I've got no idea. But I feel like this is a palette that I can actually really work with, so I'm thinking I'm going to start that over here and just kind of see what comes of it, I guess. As I make progress, I plan to update you guys on it, though I am prone to getting carried away. So we'll see what happens, but I am going to go ahead and get started on this. And yeah, I guess I will see you guys here in a bit. Okay, so an update on what I've accomplished so far. Basically, I've mined out this room back here for the smelting area, and I've gone ahead and put in the doorway leading in here, and it took some trial and error because what I really wanted to do was kind of match what I was doing up here and use the terracotta and use the woods where appropriate and kind of follow that whole theme. And the terracotta against the warped wood there, that really did not look all that great. And I think it's just the color of it was just off. This actually blends a lot better with the cyan concrete here, so I'm kind of changing things up as I go. So I've got that, and I went ahead and added in the lighting for the middle room here, the hallway. That's the word I'm looking for. And in here is where the smelter is going to go. So here you can see I've already got a schematic of a smelter that I've been using back at the bartering farm, and I'm going to just basically make this longer than this. The actual thought that I'm having is make the input chest up here and the output chest down here. And basically what I want to do is I want to line the furnaces going all the way around. I want it all the way around the room. And the only thing that might get changed is the middle area here might be turned into more of a central crafting area and just let all of the furnaces around the side do its thing. I'm not really sure. I also realized that this isn't going to be like the biggest room of the base. I mean, obviously it's not going to be as big as this room here, but this is going to be here to mostly serve a function. So that's something that I've got to work with, and I've got a few improvements in mind for the smelter because that's going to be quite large, and I need to make sure that everything is going to be filling up like it should and whatnot. So it's going to be a whole thing, but I've got a couple of ideas in mind, and I'll eventually get it worked out. So that's basically all I've gotten done so far. I've got to figure out exactly what else I want to do in terms of colors going through here and how I'm going to move everything around, because again, I can't really copy what I did up there just with these colors because of all of the different colors and such. And yeah, so not really much has changed other than that. I did kind of tweak things over here just a little bit with like the copper and stuff. I added that in, and yeah, that's really all I've done so far. So I think I just need to go ahead and get to working on the rest of this. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get the smelter put in place and get it all wired up and everything, and then I'm going to start decorating the room kind of like how I did up there with the recategorizer. So I am going to go ahead and start getting that worked out, and I will see you guys when I'm done putting that in. Okay, a brief update. I have gotten the first part of the smelter put in, and what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to put it right here, and then right here on this wall, and then this back wall here is probably going to be like the crafting center. It's not going to be anything super fancy, it's not going to be anything super large, but it's going to have basically all the crafting things right there. I'm not really sure how that's going to look just yet, but I'm going to figure something out there. But I've got this set up. Now you might be wondering what the heck we're looking at, and it's okay, I can explain that. So basically what I've got here is just your standard super smelter and this dupes carpet up here. So basically if I flick this lever up, it turns on these observer sticky piston carpet duping machine thingies. That's a patented name, by the way. And yeah, so basically the carpet feeds into the hoppers here, which feeds into the mine carts with hoppers, which feeds into that one down there. And then that one there, when you flick, I believe it's this lever? Yeah, that lever. It feeds the carpet into all of the hoppers that are back here and feeds into these furnaces. And then I've also got the block sounds turned off, so this is a little awkward. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I just turned it up a little bit so we can actually hear what's going on. But yeah, so the carpet, it feeds into the furnaces here, and it gets backed up in those hoppers behind the furnaces, which means we should never run out of fuel. Now there is a reason that I put a second one over here, and basically what that reasoning is in the old design that I was using back at the nether base, The Piglin Bartering Farm. That's what I'm looking for. That place. Which I don't really recall if I showed you guys that one. But the one that I put in there had this issue where the very last one was just not getting any of the carpets out of the thing. So that is why I put this one here. So if this one runs over into this area, it'll pick up the well, the carpet that's in there, and it will make sure that everything going back is also getting carpet. So this way none of them are being missed out, and I'm just curious to see if it's actually working like it should be. So let's get up here and check that out. And that appears to be doing its thing. And then let's see what the hopper looks like over here. Oh, see, the hopper is full over here. Okay, that is a good sign. This might actually create an excess of it and might end up being laggy. If that's the case, I can just disable that. But yeah, so I've got this, and basically what I need to do is I need to mirror this over here. And while I'm thinking about it, this other lever, it powers on this other one here, and it basically just runs back and forth. This is the one that actually drops the items off to be smelted. All the items go down here and gets fed into these chests here. And that's basically how that works. The original design that I used, which if I can remember to put it in the description, I will. Editor Lane, you know what to do. Yeah, well, if I can remember to do that, it'll be down there. You can kind of see the design I used and that I tweaked. And in the initial one, there's just a lever up here, and then there's a lever back there against the block that is against the sticky piston. And basically, I wanted everything to turn on individually, but I wanted it to be accessible and me not have to go through an access door back there and turn everything on. I wanted it to just all be right here. And I like it being here because I think when I'm done with it, it will look more industrial. But basically, this one here, I've got it running through a redstone signal that's going all the way up and around, that's feeding into these blocks here. When it's powered on, it stops that sticky piston from firing, which stops it from duping and stops creating all that noise and lag and everything else. And then the other one, it is hooked up to this signal here, which feeds directly up. If I could get up there, you know what, whatever. It feeds directly up to this one here. And then there's another one that is right here, which feeds up to the other one. And basically that's what I did. And it was actually very simple to tweak all of that. It was just hard figuring out how to do it with such limited space. But now that I've got this figured out, I can literally just mirror it over here. And the only difference is I don't have to put the output chests over there, because I'm going to set up more hoppers that are just feeding all the way around this room and that feed into this thing anyway. So even if I put in a full double chest's worth of items up here or more, I won't have an issue with it, well, just overflowing too much. Or at least I shouldn't. If need be, I can try to expand this downwards. I really don't anticipate using it all that much, but I know I needed this. Anyway, I know I've rambled on quite a bit. I am going to go ahead and start getting the other one mirrored over here, and then trying to get this part back here put in. And essentially what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you once the room is done now, because that's really all that's left, is getting this copied over and then decorating, because the whole crafting area back here is just going to be decorative anyway. It's going to be functional, but it's going to be there for aesthetics. Anyway, I am done rambling. I'm going to get back to it. All right, so I think I have finally just about finished the smelter room, and I am honestly really happy with it. So you can see here that I've gone ahead and I've finished the hallway leading over there to it, with the lighting, the ceiling and everything like that, which I did go ahead and put in these ceilings up there for the red area as well. But in here you can see that I've got pretty much a completed smelting room, and it's basically following a similar theme to what we did up there in the storage room. So if we free cam all the way up here, you can see that I basically did the same thing down here as I did up there. The only difference is I did not use the terracottas. I used the cyan, I believe this is the concrete. Yeah, the concrete. I used that down here instead, because the cyan terracotta just, I feel like didn't really fit the vibe of that, I guess, with it being more gray than anything. So yeah, I kind of left the terracotta alone for this one, but I am actually quite happy with how this turned out. So let me just kind of walk you through it. I did the cyan shulkers around the outer edge of the floor. And then I did these waterlogged stairs, and then I spammed the glazed terracotta everywhere like I did up there, and I really like this cyan terracotta, this cyan glazed terracotta, I should say. I am really thoroughly liking that, as well as just basically everything here. And instead of the frog lights, for the most part, I did the sea lanterns. I did do the frog lights up there in areas where you're not really going to see anything but the actual light itself. And up there with the skulk over it, basically where it's mostly going to be covered, I went ahead and I just used the frog lights as well. And I think all in all, that actually looks quite nice. Again, I've never used the that block there. I forget what it's called. I've never really used that in a build before. Kind of happy I did because it looked kind of cool up there. And yes, that's basically it for over here. Now I did put signs over these levers to kind of indicate which one controls which, and I did have to change up plans a little bit for the actual smelter system. So basically over here, we've got the fuel duper right here, which is for the carpet duper back here. And whenever it's down, that means it's off. So you'll turn it this way and it starts working, as you can hear. And then this one here powers the minecart that goes back and forth to actually dispense the carpets into these furnaces and to the hoppers. And then this back here, when it's down, it controls the minecart that is down here that will follow its path and basically go above all of the hoppers that's feeding into these furnaces, making them work. So essentially, if I turn on all of these, well, I'm going to leave that one off for a second, and I turn down the block sounds because that is going to get incredibly annoying. I'm also going to go ahead and grab, let's say, 3 stacks of stone, and I'm just going to go ahead and plop them into this hopper right here. You can see that it starts feeding in there, but when I turn this on, this minecart, it does not leave this spot until it is done taking all of the items. And then it goes on, and then it will go across each and every one of these eventually. I did have to do a little bit of a convoluted path around, but it is what it is. Now, it is a little fast, so it's only dropping off 1 item per, but I think that's actually cool. So what it does is it makes this effect where it looks like these flames are constantly going out back in, making it look like this room is kind of run down a little bit, and like the system is kind of stuttering and it's finding it hard to keep up. That's kind of what I was unintentionally going for, but I think it looks kind of cool. So I'm going to let that run while I walk you through the rest of this. And I need to put composters above these to prevent lag. But over here, you can kind of see how the system works. So this system here is pretty standard. This sort of thing here. Basically, how this is set up is, well, whenever it detects that there's items in this hopper, this will be extended, keeping the minecart in place to pick up any of the items that's there. Now, the purpose of that lever here was to power this piston to push this redstone block into this, powering it. So whenever there's nothing here, it doesn't just keep going back and forth. It actually stops it in place. And that's really the only purpose of that, because I just didn't feel like the minecart should be running back and forth the entire time. But yeah, so that was kind of the thing. And I'm actually not entirely sure if it's done dropping off items yet or not, but we'll see momentarily, I guess. And then you can also see the carpet dupers up there working, which I turned the volume down because I could not stand to hear that while I'm trying to show you guys this. But yeah, so the system up here is probably already overflowing because I did run this quite a bit. Yeah, you can see the carpet kind of sitting there up top. Yeah, so basically it feeds into that, which feeds into that, which then feeds the carpet into those hoppers, which goes into the furnaces, and yeah, and then that there minecart is the one that dispenses all of the items, which again follows this very convoluted path all the way down here to this area, which I just came up from. And that's pretty much all there is to it. I mean, it's a pretty simple setup, but it does have a bunch of custom work. I Did not, however, account for the fact that I was going to need a way in and out of this room. So that's where the security doors came in. I was initially going to make this into like a crafting area type thing, and then realized I actually needed a way back into there, and I couldn't dig out this wall any further because of these hoppers. So instead I put security doors, and this wall is still a little blank. I've got to figure out what to do there, and the same with these areas up here. But that's fine. I can figure something out for that. That shouldn't be too difficult. And all in all, that's pretty much all I've done. I've spent quite a bit of time down here, but I'm really happy with it. And I want to say that this thing is done now. Yeah, it is done because nothing is burning. And this is from all the times that I have tested it. Those 3 stacks that are right here is what I was just testing it with. And yeah, so it all works. It functions like it should. And honestly, I'm quite happy with how this room has turned out. I think it's pretty cool. Okay, we can turn all of this stuff back off now. And yeah, I think I'm pretty much done down here for the time being. So now I've got to figure out what else I want to do down here. And I'm thinking over here I want to make the mine, which I'm not going to put in this episode. I am going to do that probably in the next episode or 2. And then I need to get the staircases put in, which, again, I think the staircases I might do just off camera because that's going to be quite boring. There's not really going to be much that happens there. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I've done over here. I need to clean up my mess and get everything put back up. But all in all, I am quite happy with how this whole thing has turned out. And yeah, I think I'm done over here. So do you remember over the last couple of episodes how I put up this billboard over here at spawn and how it has been pranked? Well, I have since found out that it was, well, several people, including our very own Captain Wishbone. And so, yeah, apparently this has happened over here now. I seen it earlier today, and I don't even know what to say about it. I don't know what to say about it. I'm gonna assume that Cap did this too, but it's okay. I forgive Cap. We're good. We're cool. And I've actually got, well, I figured out what I wanted to do for Cap, right? So at the beginning of the episode, I read that book that, well, basically Cap asked for a gift to kind of, I guess, prove our friendship or whatever. And I have that gift. So I left this little thing over here on Cap's boat, and it has his gift right here, and I went ahead and wrote him a letter. My dearest Captain Wishbone, I am humbly honored that an honorable person such as yourself would consider having me as your best friend. To show how much this camaraderie means to me, I want to give you a gift. The gift left below is a very important part of this potentially newfound friendship. This gift is a symbol of what our friendship can and will represent. It's a gift that will stand the test of time. We are very alike, you and I, incredibly talented, charismatic, and handsome. Not only do you wield this gift that I am presenting you with, but so do I. It is to show how we are now connected as best friends should be. Thank you for taking the time to consider me as your best friend. Yours truly, Lucky Lane Zero. P.S. Your hair looks nice today. And now I'm just going to drop that in here, and I am done over here. So I have been editing this video as I've gone along, and I realize this video has gone on long enough. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and wrap things up now and make this outro quick and painless. Just a quick reminder to subscribe, comment, like, all that jazz. You know the drill. My name is Lane, and I will catch you guys in the next one.